Hey, what's up everybody? I'm here with my first cast ever, so let's introduce these players. We have AliasRaider spawning at the top right, and we have Tdub spawning at the bottom right. So both of them just showing good manners, saying to each other GLHF, which stands for good luck, have fun. And since this is my first cast ever, why not just introduce why I got into casting, why I'm going to be doing this kind of stuff. And I do it more as a fun hobby. I kind of look at Husky Starcraft and HD Starcraft, and I'm nowhere near as good as them, and it takes tons and tons of casts because they've most likely done over 1,000 commentaries in their lifetime. So not like that I would ever even get to that level anyways. I just see it as a really fun hobby, and it can improve my vocalization skills. It can help me portray my thoughts a lot better, and I just thought, you know, this is kind of a fun hobby to pick up. Why not? And I haven't quite decided on the YouTube name yet. I probably will eventually, like today or something like that. And I plan to upload the StarCraft videos in HD, so that way you can watch them in 1080p, all that other good stuff. And I have it set to medium graphics. I might update the graphics card to enhance my video game playing. It's not for you guys. I'm purely selfish. I do everything for myself. So I do casting for me. For myself, just everything is for a selfish reason. I know everyone's like starting to hate me right now, but that's okay. Anyways, let's go back into the game and let's just guess what these players are going to be up to. So when I downloaded this replay, it said almost impossible comeback, and I'm just wondering, you know, since you can see by the YouTube play timer, it's like a 16-minute game. It's always going to be shorter than the timer because for some reason the in-game seconds are longer than real life seconds. So it's most likely going to show like a 12-minute game or something like that on YouTube. On my StarCraft thing, it says it's a 16-minute game. And what I'm assuming is that since it's going to head into kind of the meta game, they're going to go for the expansion, obviously. And they're most likely gonna go for some kind of unit composition that's gonna overwhelm their opponent. One of these guys, most likely the Terran. All Terran players go for MMM. I've never seen a Terran player mech against a Protoss player, so he's probably gonna get his Marine Marauder medevac or some kind of composition. Sometimes I'll see Terran skip the medevacs and they'll just go straight for stim, and they'll go for a timing push off of 3 racks or something like that. But he does have 2 racks. Is the probe going to scout it? Did our red player see the second barracks? No, he did not. So he's most likely not going to know what's going to head his way because there's a 3rd barracks going down. So he's going to definitely need to watch out for 3 racks play. And he's going to need to get sentries to force field the ram. And as a Protoss player, that's pretty difficult to hold off. He is going for a second gas. He had a little inefficient mining there for a second. And getting his cybernetics core, good stuff. Did he delay that or something? It looked like he was not researching that for a while. He trapped his probe. Wow, that's never a good situation. He even has to cancel the gateway. I don't blame him because that probe's going to be invaluable for mining and stuff. I don't know what to say for that part. That was kind of a mistake. Definitely not the professional level. And we see him producing off of these 3 barracks, and we're just going to have to wait and see until he's going to when he's going to put on pressure. And I'm kind of surprised the Protoss player is just going for a straight up 4-gate. A really good offensive build is 3-gate robo or 2-gate robo. You can do variations of that as well. And it's really good because you get sentries to cut off the army in half. You have the Immortal that's doing a crap ton of damage versus the Marauders, or even the Marines in some cases. You're not going to have that many Marines to take down the Mortal because you're going to have some Zealots there that's going to take some damage. And they do really good damage as well, so you're going to want to take out the Zealots as quickly as possible. You have the Stalkers there for extra TPS, and they're really good at microing as well. If you want to individually micro the Stalkers, you just have to be careful the Marauder's slow. So I find that to be a really good Protoss build. And we're just gonna have to wait and see until when the Terran player is gonna move out and just attack the Protoss base. Now, this is not looking too good for the Protoss player. I would highly recommend him canceling these things, and he's just gonna go for a straight up bunch of Stalkers. What are these players doing? It seems like AliasRaider's Platinum or Diamond League or something. I thought I was casting a professional game or something like that. Apparently not, because he's going to get overwhelmed or something. Is this what we're going to see? Is this an impossible comeback we are about to see? Does he have a Dark Templar trying to get in somewhere? No, he does not. Is that Observer going to do 5,000 damage? Well, the game's not about to end anytime soon. We're just about to see how the Protoss player is going to come back magically from this, because apparently all his gateways are about to be unpowered. And I just do not see this happening for him at all. He's about to lose a ton of probes, and he's actually doing an okay job handling this. I don't know why he's not firing. He could have just went straight up and attacked, and that was actually pretty bad on the Terminators part, but at the same time, he did kill off a bunch of probes. He might be able to get another Stalker. Does he have Marauder 12? No! What are both of these players up to? Both of them are macroing really badly as well. He does have an Immortal out, so this is definitely going to be able to help fend off the push. If you look at the income cap, Templar is remarkably ahead. He might be able to snipe Marauder. No, he's not going to. And the Templar is just going to keep putting on pressure. He's stuck in his island. He's substantially far ahead right now. Protoss player is doing whatever he can right now because he's in flying block. He's trying to repower back his gateway. He has to be careful, because if he lets these units attack too long, he's going to lose another gateway. And this is a pretty interesting game, even though it's kind of low level. I find it a little bit interesting to cast because of what's going through these players' minds. Right now, the Protoss player is handling this very well. He's not overreacting. He's not sending in too many workers or units to take out these bunkers. He knows it's just a few units attacking, and he's just handling this as calmly as possible. And the Terran player is just going to follow this up. You should have followed up with Command Center much sooner. And has he been constantly producing workers? No, he is not. So, would I recommend for the Terran player, I mean for the Protoss player, is to go for a Dark Shrine or something like that if he wants to catch up. But he does have 2 Mortals out, I mean, which is really good for him, and he might lose another game. Would not be a good scenario. He does lose a Stalker or something like that. He's all his units in the bunker, that's cute. He's warping in as much craft in as possible. He's going to lose another Stalker. So not too good micro on the part, but he does take out the bunker, so whoopsie-doo. I'm just curious how the Protoss player is going to pull this out. I don't know, but these Immortals are doing a lot of damage. That Immortal already has 6 kills. It's a Mentor. It's going to teach these Zealots how to go into battle, and I highly recommend him just going into the probe line and just wrecking havoc, which is exactly what he's about to do. And he's going to get a really nice concave over here, being able to, oh wow, he was actually able to clean up the army much easier. And that just shows you the power of these Immortals, because they do 20 damage and versus armored 50. That's a little bit ridiculous. They can basically 3-shot a Marauder or something like that, and Templar's not going to stop that bunker. And he's going to get a free Marine as well. And I'm really surprised that the Protoss player was able to hold this off with relative ease. Kind of. I mean, he did lose a lot of probes. If we look at the income, he's still substantially far ahead. I mean, he's almost, the Templars almost doubled him in workers. So how's the Templars going to respond to this? Is he going to have a bunch of units? No, he's just going to send all his SCVs or something like that. And he has not been macroing that well. And was he on like Facebook or something like that? I don't know, but this is definitely not diamond level even. This seems like a platinum level. The Protoss player, on the other hand, congrats to him for being able to hold off a Terran push like that. Most Terran Protoss players are just nerd rage at this point, and he does have 2 Immortals. He's going to be able to wreak a ton of havoc. And what's the Terran player going to do? How is he going to respond to this? Because he got himself in a really bad situation. I mean, he could surround his army with SCVs with relative ease. He would lose quite a lot of SCVs to these Immortals, because they could basically 3-shot an SCVs in their life, and Immortals only do 20 damage, and this is not looking too good for an awesome Terran player who just went up for the straight up 3 racks pressure. And I'm just waiting until when this game's going to conclude. Is our Terran player going to VM and lift off all his buildings? Let's just fast forward for a little bit. I'll make sure in the next time to get some professional game, something like that, because even though this game was very entertaining to watch, I would rather much cast a Grandmaster level play, because why not? I mean, that's the best kind of playstyle you're going to get, and that's where you can learn new skills from. And there's something you can learn from this game. Do not go on Facebook or on Twitter or something while quoting this Protoss view with 4Gate or something like that, and I held off pressure. So the Terran player did learn this lesson. He's queuing up a bunch of SCVs, just leaves the game. He probably thought he had this game under control, but nope. This Protoss player took advantage of the Terran player's bad macro, and the Terran player did have substantially bad micro. I'm not sure if you can input substantially there, but anyways, that's that game. I'm sorry if I'm pretty bad at casting. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch the videos. That's fine. This is my first cast, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll try to post another cast as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys next time.